Hello and welcome to today's 10-minute tutorial. My name is Leah and I teach acrylic painting on this channel. I'm going to be going over how to paint this really lovely mountain river reflection scenery. Very stylized, very aesthetic. Let's get started. Today you're going to need the paint colors listed in the description below, 1/2 inch flat paintbrush, a palette knife, and a pencil. Get started with your pencil sketch. Go ahead and copy me if you like. Next, mix the colors. Burnt sienna and ultramarine blue, then a nice purple, Quinacridone magenta and cadmium red, then a purple with cerulean blue in the magenta. Gonna warm up a little edge of that there. Then a nice bright orange, and then a light warm pink with the cadmium red and titanium white. Those are your starter colors. Getting started with the brightness of the sun in that background, cadmium yellow, and then every color you put in the sky, just make sure to touch it down on that river shape that you've made for yourself. Now I'm picking up the light pink all the way across the sky. I'm using a lot of water when I'm mixing these colors and painting them on. You're going to need that so you don't end up with any dry brushing. All the blending done today is going to be wet on wet. Now the pink down into the river. Now I'm going to put some purple on the outside edges of the sky. At first it's a little dark and I'm not really into it, so I'm going to lighten that up with the pink. And just keep on working at it until it's a blend that I like. And then of course, add it down in the river as well. This painting is playing back at 2 times speed. It took me about 25 minutes to complete. I'm touching a little bit of orange in the sky as well, coming in from the edges. Adding that orange down into the river. And then that marvelous purple color. Brightening up that sun area with more yellow and a touch of white for opacity. And then just some little streaky, wispy clouds that go up into the sky. I find it hard to paint a sky without clouds. It also helps cover up any blending that might not be as even as you like it. Now, the distant mountain. It's pretty warmed up by the sun, so it's going to be a really bright orange color. Just a touch of magenta in it as well. Then this is the first mountain color. And the trees on this one are going to be so tiny that it's just a very small zigzag at the top with the flat brush on the wide side. Just a tiny zigzag up and down as you move your way all the way to the edge of the painting. Now, as you blend down that last third of the mountain, make it a little bit lighter. This will help differentiate the layers of mountains and give you more depth to have that mist as if it's coming up off the river. And I'm doing that with the pink on all of the layers, lightening up the bottom of the mountain with that light pink. Now I'm going to sculpt the banks of the river. I can still see my graphite line, which is very helpful. The flat brush is really the ultimate tool for this painting. You can use the small edge and the wide edge for different parts of the scene. Now I'm painting the left mountain. The trees are a little bit bigger on this one. It is closer to the viewer, and the color that I'm picking up leans more on the ultramarine blue side. This mountain is not getting as much sun as its opposing neighbor. And then as I come about to this spot on the mountain, I'm going to lighten it up with the pink. I have to do that here, otherwise that tree that's in front of it will not show at all. I'm going to lighten it up and use that pink all the way down to the foreground. Now I'm picking up paint for the last mountain. This one is the closest to us, so the tree shapes will be a little bit bigger than the other ones. And I went ahead and picked up a little bit of a warmer purple, but the same as the rest, I'm going to lighten it up with the pink and drag that color all the way down, this nice mauve color. Each mountain a little bit different in hue. And then I'm gonna take my time and just thoughtfully carve out the rest of the riverbank. Touching up that blend a little bit with some additional paint. And then our darkest dark, I'm going to start at the very tippy tip of this pine tree and then dab on the small branches, work my way down, zigging, zagging, back and forth, but making sure that my tree is not symmetrical. There are considerably less branches on the right side than the left. And I'm going to bring that tree all the way down to the edge. Two smaller trees on the right side now. I'm starting with the smaller one, and I'm using just the smallest edge of my paintbrush and zigzagging down that one. Don't need to come to the bottom on this one. This painting's very stylized. And now that last tree. For balance, we want balance, not symmetry. And this is going to pretty much wrap it up. One paintbrush, beautiful, aesthetic, warm. I hope you enjoyed this painting tutorial, and until next time, happy painting!